gentlemen, and welcome to the very first edition of Hoff Talk TV. I am your host, Robert Knight. You can follow me on Twitter at @RobertKnight_. You can also follow the Hoff Talk show at Hoff Talk. Ladies and gentlemen, for our very first episode, I want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you who have followed us on Hoff Talk so far through our podcast. For those of you who are still tuning into our podcast, by checking out HIACTalkradio.com. We're very, very thankful. And for those of you checking us out on YouTube and on DavidHasselhoffOnline.com, as well as several other David Hasselhoff outlets, we thank you very much and we welcome you for what's going to be a Hoff-tastic experience. Now, what we do here on Hoff Talk is I try to bring you the latest news and travels of David Hasselhoff each and every week. Right now, one of the biggest things going on with David is his TV series in the UK, Hoff The Record. It's airing on the Dave Network, which they actually changed to David, the debut of the series there in the UK. The series is getting rave reviews. It's phenomenal. And basically, if you haven't had a chance to see it, which if you're in the United States or some other countries you may have an issue with, as the series is protected by copyrights and things like that in the UK. Those of you in the UK who have had a chance to check it out, and I fortunately have had a chance to check out the series as well. It's an awesome series. It's Hoffsome, I should say. Basically what the series is it follows David. He plays himself, but it's an over-exaggerated version of himself. More of the Hoff. And it's set up pretty much as a reality show following David as he files for bankruptcy in the U.S. and he's down on his luck and decides to go out to the U.K. and pursue his career out there. And it's basically just following David in hysterical fashion, following the things that happened to him along the way. There's a movie being made about him, and unfortunately David is not selected to play himself in the movie. And I don't want to give away too much of the series because hopefully worldwide you'll have an opportunity to see it in the future, but it's absolutely Hoff-tastic. So definitely check out Hoff The Record on the Dave Network in the UK if you have the opportunity. David Hasselhoff's latest single, True Survivor, has now over 15 million views on YouTube as well as on the Vivo channel. It's one of David's most awesome songs that he's done thus far, and thankfully there has now been talk of a full-length album. David actually confirmed this out in the Comic-Con that he did in Niagara Falls several weeks back. He confirmed that he will be doing a new album of 80s cover songs as well as original songs in the vein of True Survivor, 80s style, which we're very much looking forward to. And as I mentioned previously on the podcast, if you have an opportunity, tweet David at David Hasselhoff and let David know some songs that you'd like to hear him record. David is always checking his Twitter. He's very, very open with his fans. He likes to hear suggestions and things like that. So definitely shoot David a tweet. Tell him some 80s songs that you're a fan of, that you would like to hear him record, and tell him that Hoff Talk sent you. Now, also speaking of music, David's daughter Taylor Ann this past week released her first solo single. The song is called Collide, and it's available on YouTube worldwide. Taylor Ann is featured on Rich Kids of Beverly Hills. If you haven't had a chance to check out the series, you definitely want to do so this season with Taylor Ann. David Hasselhoff has also made several appearances on the show this season, and hopefully we'll see some more of them. And back to the song Collide. The song is phenomenal. Now, if you've had a chance to check out Taylor Ann's previous work, she released Kiss Kiss Me Bang Bang, as well as Turn Up the Radio with her sister Haley as the group Bella Vita. And they also went by Electric Stiletto for the song Turn Up the Radio. But if you haven't had a chance to check out her solo song yet, like I said, it's definitely Hoff-tastic. Hoff the charts. It's a different sound. It's very, very cool sound. It has a club feel to it, but it also has kind of a psychedelic feel to it also. And her voice is tremendous. You can pick up the song, as I mentioned, on iTunes. And if you check out Rich Kids of Beverly Hills, you will actually see Taylor in the making of the music video, which hopefully you'll be able to check out as well in the very, very near future. Here on Hoff Talk TV, one of the features that we're going to have is Fan of the Week. Now, we want to make Hoff Talk TV not just about David Hasselhoff, it's about you, it's about me, it's about fans of the Hoff worldwide, friends, and some have even become as close as family through being fans of David Hasselhoff. There are conventions, there are meet and greets worldwide. The Hoff Army just had its Hassel Castle get together just a couple of weeks back, and it is so cool to see how the fans of David around the world have gotten to come together to meet each other through social media, who have met each other in person at different concerts, at different events. And David's fans are a very, very loyal and great group of people. So what we want to do is showcase those fans here on Hoff Talk TV by bringing you the Fan of the Week. And this week's Fan of the Week is Gordon Salmons. You can check him out at Gordon Salmons 2 on Twitter. Gordon sent us some pictures of his David Hasselhoff collection, which you can check out now. And he basically says that David is his role model and his inspiration, as he is to myself and to many, many others. Gordon has a tremendous David Hasselhoff collection. He says that David has been his idol and role model, and he's been a fan for over 33 years. So we're going back to the beginning of Knight Rider. His favorite song is Miracle of Love, which is a great song of David's that you don't hear too much nowadays. The song was released on the UK CD Miracle of Love, as well as on the You Are Everything album throughout Europe, and released on David's self-titled album here in the United States, which came out back in 1995. So Gordon Salmons, thank you very much for submitting your information, your pictures, your collection, and you are this week's Hoff Talk TV David Hasselhoff Fan of the Week. So thanks a lot, Gordon. And those of you who want to be Fan of the Week here on Hoff Talk TV, you can tweet us at Hoff Talk. Let us know that you're a fan of David's, why you're a fan. We'll get in touch with you and let you know if you've been selected as the Fan of the Week. We'll ask for some pictures, we'll ask for your stories, and it's a great, great experience here on Hoff Talk TV. And we also want to encourage you to always tweet us your suggestions. This is only the beginning, so if there's new features that you want to see, if there's people that you'd like to see on the show, topics you'd like to see discussed, let us know. We've always said it on the podcast, and we're saying it here. The show is about you, in the name of the man himself, David Hasselhoff. Thank you for checking us out on David's website if you're watching us right now. And if you want to pick up this time around, or a line of merchandise, including David Hasselhoff t-shirts, bracelets, CDs, towels, you name it, you can pick it up at the Hoff shop, and you can link to it through davidhasselhoffonline.com. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the very first episode of Hoff Talk TV. This is only the beginning. As I mentioned, we're going to get bigger and better as the weeks go on. I want to thank David Hasselhoff himself for giving me this opportunity to let everybody in on what is new in the life of David Hasselhoff and his travels around the world, what he's up to. It is a pleasure and a privilege, David, to be a fan and a friend of yours, and I truly, truly appreciate it. And I want to thank all of you once again for tuning in, for following me from the podcast, for still checking out the podcast on hiactalkradio.com, and for checking us out here on Hoff Talk TV. And remember, one man can make a difference.